What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk mental health, episode 15. If you're watching this on our Jets channel, it's Let's Talk Mental Health on YouTube. If you're watching it on a regular channel, please subscribe. Help us spread the message. We definitely appreciate it. This one is about a video that I recently watched on depression, which I found fascinating with a lot of good points. I kind of want to talk to you about them. I will link to the video in our description, and it's all about depression. And it's all the different things that happen within depression, how people look at you and how people handle it. And to me, it was just fascinating. And the first one is, when you say you have depression, some people are like, oh man, this person just, all they do is complain. It's always doom and gloom. And they're like a crybaby, but it's always just bad and down and negativity. And listen, there are bitch and moaners in this world. People love to complain all the time. Just, that's what they do. Their nature is just to complain. And there's people that are overcome with an illness, which is called mental health and depression, and that it's just you go into your dark place where you don't want, it's not that you don't want to live, you just want to hide. You want to disappear, and you just don't want to deal with anything. And you're just down and out, and you don't see the light in the tunnel. You don't see any hope. You don't really see anything. You're just down, and you dwell on it, and it just overcomes you. And it's, the depression is not a person that complains. Listen, you could have a bad day, stub your toe, be pissed off, and that's, okay, that's just called a bad mood. Nobody has a perfect life, no matter what they portray on social media. So you have those bad days or a bad moment or whatever, bad day at work, and there's depression. There's a significant difference here, and sometimes people don't understand that. You can say, you hear like, oh, it's almost like a joke, oh, I'm so depressed today, oh, like for attention. And there's people that actually deal with it. When you sit home and you don't want to get off the couch and you don't even want to leave the house, significant difference. So it was interesting to see here how he described it and how he broke it down, which I completely agree with. Depression is very real. A lot of people deal with it, and that's why we should talk about it more. The second one is how people say, oh, I was depressed, but I'm fine now. Okay, well, you weren't depressed. Like I talked about before, you were in a bad mood, or you had a bad day, or whatever it is. And it's like, listen, depression is a serious thing that shouldn't be discounted. And it's something like, there's not like a permanent cure for most people, where it's like you could have a good day or a good week or a good month, and then you just cycle down to 3 days of just like, you don't want to get out of the darkness. You know what I mean? You just dwell in just being unhappy and not understanding why. So it's not a common cold. It's not a pimple that goes away. It's an illness, and it's sometimes discounted, and it shouldn't be. It's very real, and it needs to be treated, and it needs to be dealt with, and it needs to be understood. The other thing people always say is, oh, you know what, if you have depression, just if you need me, talk to me. Well, to be honest with you, I don't want to talk about depression. I hate it. These videos have me completely out of my comfort zone, but it's like so many people can relate to it. That's why I'm doing it. A lot of times when you're depressed, you don't want to talk about it. If anything, you want to talk about something else. Whatever it is, a hobby, a life, football, baseball, MMA, concerts, music, food, cooking, anything. If anything, it's just you need somebody to help you get out of that moment. Like for me, like I always talk about, like I go work out, I go run, I go for a car ride, I go up to the boardwalk, and I live down the Jersey Shore. I'm walking by the water. But if anything, you don't need to shoulder somebody to confess not confess, but explain your depression. You just need somebody to occupy your mind and get you out of what's going on. And that's the most important thing. Like we keep talking about it, and it's like, depression is hard. And it's, you need to have somebody that when you open up to people and tell them, almost got to tell them, listen, when I'm going through this, if you notice it, don't ask me to tell you what's going on. Just get me to do something else, or say, hey, you want to go get a sandwich? You want to go get a beer? Do you want to go check out some cover band or whatever the hell it is? And that's what kind of helps you. It's like sometimes the best moment is just sitting there, go watching fights or a football game, baseball, like something like that's enough to get your mind occupied, where you're not thinking about the troubles that you're going through, or not letting your thoughts overcome you, where you dwell and you don't want to prosper. So it's just the way it is. And like I said, it's very difficult. I found this video fascinating, so I wanted to share it with you. It's in the description. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's TRAUCH2121. On Twitter, TRAUCH21. We got a bunch of wristbands made too, so if you want a wristband, let me know. And again, the whole goal of this is to raise awareness. And so many people deal with depression and anxiety and all kinds of different facets of mental health. And the goal of this is to keep raising awareness and spreading the word. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to talk about it. The more people talk about it, the more you'll realize that other people are having the same problems you're having, and it's more common than you think. And if we all talk about it and we all figure it out, we can all find our answers together. So hope you enjoyed the video. Please share, and I'll talk to you next time.